So, guys, you should be caught up on the Loam drama, the Loam trans drama, okay? Now, huge things happened, okay? He called in to Chud's stream. He returned to call into Chud's stream to confront Chud. Live.
And they were like, that is what they said to having thumbnail. It's fucking see what you think. No. So could you kind of like debate bro me? Right? Because bear in mind, I'm streaming here as well. So he's come into my stream chat. He's coming like.
Yeah, you remember all this hopefully from the other day.
To do some sort of except then I want to talk about it. Fair enough, we can do that. Put on these. It's not because I'm saying like continue. I get it, right? And I'm like, and he responds with, I guess at least an acknowledged answer. I thumbnail, whatever. Touch, still the flavour of the video, but softening it so it doesn't come up like... I get it, I do get it. But instead he's like, trying to debate me about the fucking thumbnail, bro. It's so ridiculous. Anyway.
At MagX451 became a member. At MagX451 celebrates 42 months of membership, continuing to Lidvaesk.
Thank you. Thank you for the membership. Like, do you get where I'm coming from or disagree? I don't know. Do you think it's understandable to point this out, especially considering what you have dealt with? I mean, I get him being annoyed about it. But just tell me what you want, bro, and I'll fucking consider it. You know, and it has happened in the past. It's not happened for a while, because it's been a while since there's been, you know, someone reaching out about this. But, you know, I don't... Oh, my God. Oh my God, Liam! Hey, there he is! Let's go! Tried to send this over Discord, but wouldn't go through. I didn't mean to debate or antagonize here. I was asking for it to be changed, but I thought the implication was clear, but I could have been more clear.
Yeah, no shit, bro. No shit.
Well, yeah, bro. Maybe in your little Reddit post to your queer audience, you shouldn't have said that I fucking admitted to lying in DMs, you fucking retard! What were you thinking, bro? Dude. Oh my God. You want to chat? Want to hop on a call? Hash this out? What do you reckon, Liam?
I can't believe he actually got on, man.
What you saying?
I can't believe he actually got on.
What are you saying, bro?
I was listening to this like yesterday when it was airing. I think I was still awake. I was like just falling asleep. I think I literally fell asleep around this part. I didn't even find out that one went on till I woke up, and I was like, dude, there's no way he went up. It went on. That's crazy. I don't really understand. I don't really, you know. I mean, to be honest, maybe it was a good decision. You know, I don't think it went badly. So maybe that's helped him a bit. It just didn't make a lot of sense to me, you know. Like, I would have assumed it really didn't seem like I would have assumed he just wouldn't have called in. Like why would you go call into Chud's? I thought he's trying to move on, you know. He's got the gene a little bit. I don't even know if it's that, man. He's just like, he's only got the gene in the sense that I think he's quite, you know, sensitive. Also, guys, they've changed this like doesn't matter to you at all. They've changed the YouTube like stream backend thing, so like it looks different on my thing. It's so weird. What the hell?
We'll find out your new name whilst we're at it as well.
Until he's neurotic about his image.
Dude, my night. Listen, dude. My
It's just the way he talks when he comes on as well, man. It is just like, you know, a quivering voice type shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like he's just been crying or something, bro.
Bro, don't type like a woman in
My two nice instincts are kicking in, guys. It's happening. It's happening live.
Just say what you mean. Also, fuck Twitch chat.
Thank you for the kicks, thank you.
The only back end you should be watching is your own after those Kai messages. Okay, dude.
That's all, and I thought it would have said outright, can you change it? You wouldn't, but if you would have, that's all good. And then it went from there, because I thought you were ignoring the request. Okay. Listen, I'm open to talking. Let's calm down, guys, relax. Relax.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Don't be weird. Okay, just calm down a little bit. People. You're going to ease up and take this obviously calm down post-op cope as good intentioned. Okay,
Okay, that's
Thank you for
wonderful.
the super chats,
But how
guys.
do I
Thank
make
you.
money off depressed people?
Liam, call in Discord to Chud so we can prove he's not an antisocial wretched person who doesn't take calls anymore.
Thank you. Thank you for the super chats. Anyway, if you
Okay,
want to
that's
talk, we can
wonderful.
talk. No
But how do I
pressure.
make
I'm just
money
going to keep
off
talking about
depressed
this.
people?
I swear I thought the chaser thing was a meme. Call me Kaya cause I'm shocked.
Thank you for the super chat. The issue that I've got with that response is that, you know, it's like, why did you say that to your fucking Reddit? Why did you make out like I was being some fucking liar and I was admitting to lying here? That's the issue that I've got. Why did you say that? Like, it seems quite obvious that you're trying to placate your new audience with this. And then you're coming in here and you're being like, oh,
But how do I
it was just a
make money
misunderstanding.
off depressed
It
people?
wasn't a misunderstanding when you said to your fucking Reddit.
Sadly, you're
Shark
raped,
snatching at the
Lerix.
single drop of blood in the water.
Thank you. Thank you for the super chats, guys. Calm down, relax. Stop. Stop. The thing is, you know, I did say, what do you want here? And you were just like trying to debate me about it. But anyway, guys, listen. He tried to DM me. Didn't go through. He's left the comments. I don't know if he's still here. I don't know if he's going to want to talk, but it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. No, dude, no. None of it is really a big deal. I don't... It's all good. It's all good. Always makes it a bit awkward, doesn't it? When they turn up in chat. Always a little bit awkward. But nonetheless.
Wow.
But nonetheless, guys.
Okay, get to the
no,
point.
listen, guys. Look, guys. Like, you know, and way. And continuing on,
Okay, that's
I'll finish.
What is it
was
called?
gonna.
Come on.
Okay. Okay, I sent you a friend request. I'll be fair. I'll be fair. I'll be fair. You guys need to chill out, okay? You guys need to relax.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
I can't see what I said on Kick yesterday because I'll get banned.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Okay, I'm just waiting. Chud is such a lonely F slur that he now has to talk to Liam, the guy he called a load of slurs on Kick. I know there's dead air. I'm
You
waiting for him to
unfriended
accept.
Chud. Never unfriended me. I've never been unfriended.
Liam?
I wasn't unfriended.
Is that still your name, or has it changed?
I saw Augie's stream got fucking banned. Did you guys see that shit? That shit's so gay. I was actually watching it when it got flagged down. I wonder if it was because of watching Chud's Kick stream.
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly. How's it going?
Good. Yeah. Okay. So I did want
Okay,
to
that's wonderful.
call in
But how
about
do I make
this
money
because,
off depressed people?
so when I initially like DM'd you, like first it was supposed to be like a debate thing on stream. And I know that probably
It
like
was
caught
like
you off guard because
T-Sauce
you're in the middle of doing content. I'm like trying to have like a whole conversation with you, but it wasn't supposed to be that. It was actually supposed to be just offline, but you were just streaming at the time. But yeah, I wasn't trying to like debate you on your allegations. I did see what you said when you thought I was trying to like have a whole conversation about like you talking to a trans 17-year-old.
I don't
like
really.
that.
There's like, you know, I thought Augie could totally do YouTube and just monitor his language and be totally fine. However, I do like I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing when I see like Augie and Bungie just like desperately streaming on YouTube and wanting to just do crazy edgy shit all the time when Kick is right there, you know? It's like, why don't you just use Kick? Why don't you just use Kick? You could say whatever you want. You go live on YouTube for an hour beforehand. Tell everyone you're over there. Do like a little bit of content. Tell everyone you're over there. Start up on Kick. Say whatever the fuck you want. I'm pretty sure Augie has KCIP. I think he literally got in contact with them or whatever to get on KCIP. So there's actually no reason not to do it on Kick.
In 2020
Who said
or
they were
whatever.
18? Who said they were 18? Let's get that in there.
Who said they're-
Don't pull a fucking
Yeah.
sneaky one on me. Like with your
No,
gender.
okay, I do mention that every time I bring it up.
Yeah,
No, but I
exactly.
wasn't trying to like relate.
You risk your whole like YouTube partner program shit if you go too crazy. You know, it's just not a good idea. It's just not wise. Not wise at all.
Get that with you.
Very pointless.
I was bringing that up to have to show a perspective of like when other people do this to you. It's like what I said in the
Sadly,
initial
you're
Reddit
right.
post of like when
What's up,
people
Luke
have
Gayboy
said this
votes
about
his
you,
daddy's ring?
obviously you don't like it.
Spiden.
So that's why
Well,
I
the
was
thing-
trying to make the
okay, the thing is,
comparison to
mate,
you doing
okay.
it to me.
I totally get that it's an insane title. I understand that. And I'm willing to negotiate and talk about this. And that's why I say, you know, what are you looking for here? But you just seem to want to discuss endlessly.
Yeah, he does sound rattled here. He does sound on edge. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I don't. I feel like he's like not got a lot of confidence or something. Do you know what I mean? Like I felt like when I listened to some of this yesterday through Augie's stream, it seems like he's just struggling to assert himself so bad. It's just like, bro, what is? Come on now. Where's the spine? You know, where's the spine?
Whether or not there was a fucking double standard. Right?
Yes. I wasn't trying. I was trying to because I thought if I would initially took the approach of just asking, "Hey, could you change like a thumbnail or title?" From what I remember being in commentary, that would have immediately gotten like written off as, "Oh, you're gay. You're asking for a title change. Shut the fuck up. You're being
Scared
gay
of
right
this
now."
creepy old
So
man.
I thought that would be the initial response. But if you would have actually changed it, if I would have said that outright, then I should have done that. But I wasn't under the impression you would have done that, which is why I was trying to go more of like a conversation and like
Well, you wanted to convince me that
relatability.
I was wrong and it'd be my idea. That's what it feels like to me.
Sorry, what? Can you say that again?
What it feels like is you wanted to debate me into admitting fault and then it would be my idea to change it rather than just being straightforward.
Yeah, I could see if you thought I was like hunting for like a screenshot for when I was saying like at least acknowledgement for like the acknowledgement of this double standard. But that was more me because I think you responded at that point saying, "What are you asking for?" I thought I was making the implication clear, but you were just wanting me to come out and outright say like, "Dude, just ask for the thumbnail change, ask for the title change. It's not a big deal." But I thought you were like testing me and like to ask for it so that you would have
Well,
shit on me for saying like, "Oh, look at this guy."
I do.
Because already like your coverage with the Rose Malay thing was already saying like, "I'm grifting, I'm being disingenuous." So I thought there was like no shot that you would have changed in the first place.
It's not about me asking you so I can go, "You're gay." It's about, well, what do you want? Because like, do you want me to completely shift the presentation so it's like, you know, Liam Donovan is innocent on all charges, or do you want me to like amend the thumbnail or the title? Like, what's the issue here? Because, you know, obviously I've got my controversy. Like, I think it's undeniable that you have got a lolicon controversy in the past. So I don't think it's crazy to frame a video of you around that. So
yeah, here's the thing. Chud's take is, you know, the word, you know, this is a very common internet take as well. The word pedophilia isn't just a clinical term, it's also a cultural term. Lolly is pedophilic, therefore you have a pedophilic past because you have engaged with Lolly. That is the take, and so it is within the bounds of that framework to refer to young Liam as having a pedophilic past. Unfortunately, now, I think that framework's slightly retarded. I think, you know, it is really a clinical term. If you guys say someone has a pedophilic past, they should probably at least be attracted to you know, real kids. I don't feel like saying, "Oh, you might have been attracted to anime kids" is quite satisfactory to accuse someone of having a pedophilic past from me, but that's not the broad standard. That's not how people see it. So
would that be an acceptable
well, it's
framing, or is that
because
too
you
much still?
specifically. Well, because the thing that I was wanting to get changed is because you specifically covered all of that months ago, and your coverage was defending me, and you would never. I know you would never frame it in the way that it was framed on.
Chud would say he's not a pedophile. It's overblown. You know, stuff like that. But I don't think Chud would ever say the lolly that Liam was engaging in was not pedophilic. I don't think he would ever say that. So I mean, he can still kind of claim pedophilic past, really, and have it be within the framing.
On the title. So I was confused on if you don't even believe this, why are you putting that in your like title? And especially because the title is like as inflammatory as like possible to
Sure.
I thought like seemingly goad in like my new followers, which I thought was just messed up because you wouldn't want that.
No,
Like you've
I've
taken
said
issue when
before,
other people do that to you.
I don't, you know, well, the thing is, it's not about that. It's like, I don't want to fuck your shit up. Like, I've not covered you as much as
Yeah.
I could have done this last year because I'm not sat here thinking, oh, we need to pull him back to.
Yeah, true. It was DK. It was DK. It wasn't even Chud that did it. It was DK. So Chud doesn't even have to worry about this. It's not his fault.
Commentary, we need to fuck his music stuff up, right? It's not about that. The incongruence is a product of DK doing the titles and thumbnails. I still take responsibility for that. I'm not trying to pass it off to DK, but that's the only reason there is an incongruence. It's not to do with let's fuck Lerix up and fuck up his new music career, right? And you should know that from having previously been in commentary, that it's not about fucking someone up necessarily. DK's just got a extremely provocative, spicy, edgy sense of humor, and sometimes crosses a line and it goes too far. And that's why we're flexible to changing it if it's really that egregious for people.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that you did that. If like I wasn't aware that you've done that for like other people or did that before, and especially the way you were already covering me, saying like I think you think I'm grifting or whatever. I didn't think you'd respond that way.
I
But
do
if you
think you're
responded that
grifting,
way,
by the
then
way.
that's
I just want to
a
be clear. I do
miscommunication.
think you're grifting. I do think you're an F slur. I just don't want to back down from that.
Well, okay, we could talk about.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, we could talk about in a second. But if you would have if you actually would have changed it or helped me out slightly by adjusting it, if I would have just straight up asked for it, then that is my fault on the miscommunication. But I wanted to make it clear that it wasn't like I'm trying to debate you or get you to admit to a contradiction to try to like get a point over you.
Okay.
I thought I was making the implication clear and that you were ignoring the implication. So then that's when I thought like, oh man, this guy's just fucking me over. And that's when I said that you are going to continue to lie, and that's you admitting to a lie, because I thought the contradiction was obvious to you and you just said, who cares, basically. So that's where that comes from as well.
Okay. The issue I've got is not necessarily this exchange. Otherwise I would have leaked it months ago. But I genuinely was not thinking twice about this. The issue is that you went and told your new audience that I'm some fucking, lying wretch.
Yeah, he said that he explicitly said he was lying. It was like outright said he lies about me and will continue to lie about me. Well, that didn't happen in the DMs. That didn't happen in the DMs. I think Liam feels like he was just being hyperbolic, and that he feels like that's basically how the conversation went, and that was just like a quick way of saying it. I think that's how Liam thinks about it, because he feels like, well, he made it so clear in this conversation. He made it so clear, and Chud just didn't give a fuck. But yeah, that's unfortunately people can't read your mind, Loam. People can't read your mind, Loam. They don't know what you're thinking if you don't say it.
And then commentary picks it up. And then I feel like I've got to defend my honour a bit, because otherwise people think I'm going to your DMs and going, yeah, I lie about you, and I'll continue to lie about you. Which you would agree is not what these messages are, right?
All this nagging and no head is crazy.
Well, that's what I just said. I was showing you a contradiction of, if Noah Samson did this to you, you obviously would make a video saying, this guy's lying about me. I can't believe he would do this in the title and thumbnail. Let's all, call him out for this. And yet now you're doing the same thing over something I know you don't even believe, which is that title. So that was the thing. I was bringing up this seemingly incongruence with you, and you were continuing to go along with it, which is why I thought, and then you said, who cares? But so that's when I thought you were saying that you're admitted and you're going to continue to lie. But if you were saying who cares in reference to like frustration that I wasn't just outright saying, can you change the thumbnail or title or help me out?
That
then I get that.
frustration was about like, when I gave you the option to tell what we wanted, and then you kept going on. It's like, I don't care about whatever cope you're selling to your new audience or whatever you're putting to your new audience necessarily.
Yeah, so that was so yeah, that was the difference.
Guys, I'm once again, guys. Okay, first of all, actually, we'll do a real show. We'll do an actual show, guys. 258 people here right now. How do I see the likes on the stream in this new? Dude, oh my god, this is all fucked up. It's all in the wrong places, man. 24 likes on the stream. 206 people watching, 24 likes on the stream. Some of those 240 people, and please move the guys to the thumbs up and clicking it. Pressing thumbs up on the mobile device, that'd be hugely appreciated. If you want to take your sport one step further, you can donate directly through a stream elements link in the pin chat message. You can also buy a membership to the channel, gift a membership to the channel, gift a whole bunch of memberships, something without the chat. Buy a super chat, which I a message written on TTS, or buy a super sticker, which is a YouTube image or GIF that we highlight in chat, and I'll describe it to you. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, reddit.com/r/Kuihman. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aiden's upset with the trans jokes. Oh yeah? Why is that? The other shill I was going to say though, guys, I cannot rate Guild Wars 2 enough, okay? Really starting to get into it the last couple of days. Really starting to get into it the past couple of days. I'm playing, I've settled on a class. I'm playing Mirage, Mesmer, with Spear, Land Spear. Made my character look like sort of a mix between like Astinian and Sephiroth, you know? It's pretty awesome, guys. It's pretty awesome. Aiden found his new pet minority to heeb whinge about. So yeah, it's very awesome, guys. I cannot rate Guild Wars 2 enough. Get on Guild Wars 2 now, guys. Get on Guild Wars 2. It's very important that you be getting on Guild Wars 2, okay?
So you're saying who cares that you're just going to continue, like you don't care that you're going to do this even though you take an issue when other people do it to you, but instead you're saying like who cares because you're on stream.
Dude, the new Engineer Elite spec looks fucking awesome. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like Venom. It's like a symbiote spec. You have like a metal slime companion thing that, you know, molds around you and does like fucking axes and swords and turns into like a spike armor.
Kuihman, I got to level 80 and finish if the base story. WTF do I even do now other than play the expansion? I'm kinda bored.
What do you do other than play the expansion at level 80? So
You're like frustrated at like I'm trying to like have a whole conversation with you, which that wasn't. Yeah, that was the.
But then I feel like you've intentionally taken this tact of saying this to your new audience because you're trying to placate them in some way. That's what it comes across like to me. Like you're trying to present a certain image to them.
What do you mean placate them?
Well, you're like, oh, this guy's a loser. He's old. He loves transsexuals. You know, he said he's going to lie about me, so don't pay him any attention. Right? Like, you're clearly trying to put a certain impression in the head, because if my coverage continues, you can just disregard it because you've primed that idea in your audience's mind.
Well, I guess I get what you're saying, but I also don't need to prime them already because it's like, if they just see like
they're
the
probably
video
too young to understand it, aren't they? They're like 50
okay, dude.
years old from what I understand.
Okay, but like if they see your content to begin with of this person is turning trans, obviously they're not going to take anything.
I think Loam's correct. You know, Chud's presentation isn't exactly going to land with Loam's audience, you know? And you can see that from Loam's subreddit. You know, they all immediately get on there and they're like, I feel so unsafe. I feel so unsafe. Like, you know.
Can you say seriously in the first place? That's not a dig, but it's just that's the kind of people who are in the alternative music space.
They're woke, aren't they? Let's call it what it is.
I mean, yeah, you would be familiar with it. You were in those spaces.
I was, yeah. We've kind of switched. We've kind of swapped, haven't we? If you like.
So, but I'm not trying. But it wasn't to placate them or. Well, here I'm trying to remember specific. Well, okay, my initial Reddit post of me saying that, you know, this is a purposeful like bait lie title, which I sent you to begin with. That's not all that different from my second subreddit post, which is. I mean, I think you would even like admit that's true, that you don't believe in that title or thumbnail. So that's why you were fine with my initial Reddit post saying like, yeah, this is a purposeful like bait lie for clickbait.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't say that it's like a bait lie necessarily.
I just went to his subreddit to get the fucking post where that person saying they feel unsafe. Look what I see. An hour ago. Dude. Oh my god. He deleted that post, bro. He deleted the post. Oh my god. Go find it. Play the Kumo song. Dude, it's such a shame that half the Kumo songs are just lost. It's actually so fucked up, man.
I don't like women, I'm rocking with Bussy. I'm pushing that booty, you softer than coochie. Roll up with my dick out because I am fruity. I don't like that girl because I think she got tootie. Pull on my dick, now it's smelling.
Okay. Where's that subreddit post? Did DJ Screwdriver post it? No, I think it was Samuel. I saw post it. Oh, it was a troll. No. That was a troll post. Okay, well, it was a troll from Crystal and Icy. Well, is that person? Are all their Reddit posts trolls? Or are the ones about having sex with AI chatbots, e-sex with AI chatbots, are those ones unironic? That's real. Oh, got you. Okay, great. Well, great stuff happening there. What an awesome troll. Well, aren't Loam's community such freaks?
I think that it is an extremely
nice one.
provocative
Good job, AIDS gang. Good job, AIDS gang.
I mean, you know,
well, okay,
I don't want to get into.
Someone said, wait, hold on. Would you be fine if someone said Chud Logic had a pedophilic past because you talked to a 17-year-old? Because that's a provocative way to frame your past. But I'm sure you would have a problem with that. And I would agree. I would have a problem if someone did that to you as well.
Sure. I mean, I'd have a problem with it. I don't know if I would necessarily reach out. And it just, I guess, felt like you were reaching out, doing this debate bro shit because you felt like you were owed something, I guess.
No. I didn't. I wasn't trying to debate you. Again, it was actually, I was trying to take an approach of like, because I thought you would be, and apparently you were, so I should have just said it outright, that you'd be understanding if you'd done it to other people of like, hey, this is like a crazy title and thumbnail. Could you just slightly adjust it? And if you would have done that, then like, yeah, I should have been honest with that. So that is where I messed up the miscommunication if you would have just done that. So I get that.
Sure. But I mean, I just, you know, I guess that for me, it feels like you've shifted significantly in a very short space of time, and you do have a new audience, and you've said yourself that they are kind of like woke, and it seems like a very quick change from you joking about rape, you know. Apparently you cut Aiden off allegedly over him calling
make rape jokes
gay.
no more, Liam.
Like
What's going on?
I talked to him,
Where's the rape jokes?
Earlier, just a few hours ago. Everything's
let
cool.
me guess, he's got a truce with you now. Is that right?
A lot of those with Aiden.
A truce?
Yeah, Aiden be making those.
No, we've
be
always
making
been,
truces.
like off and on fine. But that's
okay.
So
right.
Keep going with what you're saying though.
Yeah, no, it's just it just feels like, you know, you've had a very rapid shift from your old edgy commentary days, which is, you know, fair enough. But then when you're challenged on it, you act like it's just a normal part of growing up, that you go from, you know, playing the song Rape Me over the Super Mega allegations a couple of years ago to criticizing Aiden for calling something gay. Like a rapid shift. And I think that's what people, they feel it's disingenuous.
I think I've said this before. I don't think
Aiden said that Loam was patronizing in the call and they aren't fine. Wow. That's big stuff. That's big stuff. Well, I'm fine with everyone. I'm friends with everyone, as always. You guys know me. You guys know me. What's my eye keeps getting like mad? It hurts, bro. What is going on?
In the Kuihman months ago of, it's not that I've never, but so this is also the reason I wanted to call in, is just to make it like clear, is that it's not that I can't find a rape joke funny or edgy jokes funny ever again. It's just the fact that who do I want to, I was just thinking for myself and the way I want to live my life. Who do I want to be? Do I want to be the guy who's like covering people's allegations online and making?
I get the feeling he was about to say, "Who do I want to be seen as?" He was about to say, "Who do I want to be seen as?" But felt like that would come off badly.
Edgy jokes to the extent where, like, I would not want to show family members my channel because, like, that was like a real concern. And then it also like just snowballed into, like, who do I even like want to be? Like, do I really want to be this guy who's just slinging like the most like edgy things as possible? And I just thought, like, no, I don't want to be that. Like, why the fuck would I want to be that? Especially because for any kind of like future music career and just me as a person, I wouldn't want to do that.
So your change just so happens to align with this new audience that you've cultivated. That's a interesting coincidence, isn't it, Liam?
What do you mean?
Well, the point is
content?
the way that you've changed is in a way that completely satisfies the desires of the new audience that you found.
No, it's more, I've changed myself as a person that would attract those other people. So you're trying to think that I got the audience first and then the audience changed me, but I actually changed and that's what got a different audience. So that's the difference.
Okay. So when you moved to this new music channel, you were still making your edgy rape jokes and whatnot. Is that right?
Yeah, at the beginning, I was still recording the videos on the Lerix channel where people were saying like crazy things, like still like George Floyd jokes in the chat. That was like my initial like videos.
Was that linked to your Liam Donovan brand in any way?
It was on the Liam Donovan channel.
The initial videos, I would put up community posts of like name a song under this general idea, and that would be under the Lerix community posts in my initial first videos.
Well, what that sounds like to me
But
is
is that hard to believe?
What it
what I'm
sounds
saying?
like is you're trying to move people from the Lerix brand to the Liam Donovan brand, but I would presume, not want people from the Liam Donovan brand to know about.
Okay, yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's not necessarily a sign of dishonesty, right? Because if you're trying to move on to a new thing, whether it's particularly different or not, you're only gonna want them to move one way. You don't want them to go back to a place where you're not producing content anymore, right?
About the Lerix brand, hence why all the videos eventually got deleted and removed.
On my previous channel?
Yes.
Which what do you
What I'm suggesting is that it's beneficial for your Liam Donovan brand to pick up whatever viewers are interested from your Lerix brand. So the cross promotion was from Lerix to Liam Donovan, but you're not going to want people from Liam Donovan going and seeing you joking about rape if you pick up some new, more woke alt music people. So it's like you're not cross-pollinating the other direction.
I mean, yeah, but that aligns with what I just said. That's not the way I want to publicly present myself anymore. So it was that gradual transition. Why would I want to bring in new followers? I'm getting into an old channel that I'm not even operating on anymore and not planning to operate in the future.
Sure, but then all of your behavior aligns with the new audience that you're cultivating completely. And I'm just saying, I mean, maybe it is a complete coincidence and it just so happens you had this big change of heart about who you wanted to be. But to me, it seems very much that you've shifted your perspectives, your views, your behavior to align pretty much totally with a broad new audience that you've cultivated.
No, okay. I don't think this is hard to believe, but so that's why I'm trying to like explain it. But I'm saying I made a choice of who do I want to present myself publicly as a person. And of course I'm trying to rebrand because I want to disassociate from, the previous way that I would present myself online, because I don't want to be I also lost an interest in just general commentary content in the first place, but also, I wanted to switch overall the way that I was presenting myself and like the way I would go talking about things in the future. So I made that choice, which then was reflected on the new channel. And that was already done before it had success. And it's like, I never would have predicted the success in the first place. But I guess what is hard to believe about me wanting to make that decision? You're saying because it aligns with me making more money?
I mean, I'm just a very skeptical person. And for me, I just find it hard to believe that you had such a rapid, quick shift that wasn't, at least in part, motivated by the fact that there's a bigger audience, more money to be made in this new, more woke alt music.
Like, if you say you're not motivated by that at all, not even slightly in part motivated by that, you're just lying. And you will look worse than just owning it. Because obviously everyone is, influenced by the incentives that exist. Financial incentives, the attention, everything. People are influenced to some extent. See, everyone who streams, everyone who makes content can feel the influence of like, oh, okay, I put this out, it doesn't perform as well. Oh, I put this out, it performs better. Everyone can feel that. Everyone feels that. Obviously, it plays some part in your decision making. So why even bother lying?
But that's my perspective. And you can obviously say, oh no, I made this change anyway. I wanted to change how I presented myself. But for me, it just seems like such a rapid change that so neatly aligns with a new audience, a new source of income, that I find it hard to believe that it was just organic and natural.
Except that change would have been done before I got a whole amount of money. And when I first started this channel, all the videos were getting copyrighted. So I was actually making more money at first in the first 4 months of commentary before even this channel. Now I'm starting to make a lot more money in the first place. But I'm trying to think about a different way to
I just don't think
articulate or show you that like this is just who I want to present myself publicly in the future and not be the guy who makes rape jokes anymore. Is that hard to believe?
But then, is it just you're presenting yourself like that? Or do you still have, you know, is the old you the real you? Or is this new Liam Donovan the real you? Or are you just presenting yourself that way?
No, I'm sorry. When I say present myself, I mean it's not that I'm never going to find a edgy joke funny again, but it's more.
You're not going to show
Well,
that
it's
on the
kind of
Liam
a it's
Donovan
kind of a
channel.
mix of both.
You're never going to do a video where you laugh at a rape joke on the Liam Donovan channel. Like, let's be realistic.
Yeah, but it's also it's a mix of both. Where it's like it's not to say that I'm never going to find that funny again, but it's also that I also am shifting as a person.
I mean,
As,
I
like,
think you
from
calling
the
it
years of, like,
presenting
20 to 22.
is like the giveaway, really, because it's like you're presenting yourself that way. Well, that surely adds weight to the idea that you're doing that for the sake of a new audience. But really, deep down, you've still got this view that a rape joke is funny. But you're never going to do a bit where you laugh. If some celebrity gets raped and you do a piece about it for your music channel,
Give us the rape
you're
jokes,
never going to
Liam.
make a joke about it in a Liam Donovan video, are you? Let's be realistic.
No, that's no. You're confusing what I'm saying. It's like I'm saying overall, I'm making the choice of that's not who I want to be, but I'm also trying to make it realistic that I. It's not like I'm never going to find it funny again, but I'm also changing on who I want to be
Well, my
in
shit's
the
fucking up
first
like
place,
crazy
which is
right
going to
now. What is
reflect in the
going
way I
on?
present myself.
And that presentation aligns with this new woke alt music audience that you've got. I mean, I can't see what's in your head. I don't know what you truly think, believe, or
I mean,
feel.
you're a person who's. I mean, I'm trying to explain this to you. You're a person who's changed a lot, even in like older years of you
Yeah, of
being in your
course.
30s. Is it that hard to understand if a 20-year-old is shifting a lot rapidly within a year's time of like what he wants to do, what he believes in, what he's thinking? I don't know how is that that hard of a thing for you to
Well,
understand, who's
no,
changed a
sure,
lot too.
sure. I think that my changes in my political perspectives has happened over a period of years, and it's been aligned with learning and understanding new things. Like with the trans issue, for example, I have moved closer towards a gender critical position, but that's as a product of some of the stuff. We don't have to get into the ins and outs of it, but a product of some of the information about trans children and puberty blockers and things like that. The careful stuff where they were promoting bathtub estrogen, that's been quite influential in how my views have changed on this stuff over the years. So I guess, like, what is it that you've had like that? What new information have you seen or uncovered that have made you think, I don't want to joke about rape publicly anymore?
Well, it's not. I don't think
my
it's as
shit is
much of a
like rape at the
comparison
moment
where
with
you'd say
Skaggy.
because it's
Oh
not
well.
really like a political topic as like what you're saying.
Well, then why are you comparing it to me
Um,
then if it's not the same?
Sorry, what? Sorry,
It
say
just
that again?
feels like you're doing this comparison to make a cheap point against me, but then you say, well, it's not really the same thing. And it's
No, I'm not. I'm not trying. I'm not. You're confusing what I'm doing. I'm not trying to make points against you. I'm trying to get you to because you're confused about me and the way that I.
I am confused about you.
Yeah, like you're confused. Like, is it? I don't know if it's hard to tell. Like, does he realize he's being patronizing there, or is he like retarded? I don't. You're confused. Shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. Chud in 2022. I guess it's okay to say retarded on stream. Chud in 2025. Why aren't you laughing at rape jokes on camera with your full legal name on display?
Because you're moving weird, bro.
Confused the
You're
way that
moving weird.
Yeah, so I'm trying to relate.
Have you
I'm
got
trying to
blush on
relate it
now?
to you
Have you
and
got blush on
explain
right
it.
now?
This is. Do you want to have it? Do you want to talk like conversation, or this? Not what I called in for.
Dude. Oh, it's so cringe. It's so cringe. Bro. Oh, God. He's just like so. Like, you know. There's no confidence. There's no self-assuredness. It's like on one hand, he's being patronizing, being like, it seems like you're confused. On the other hand, it's like the most, you know, like tepid, raped. Dude, it's just fucked. It's just fucked. What a terrible call in.
For
Okay, sure.
I mean, I
sure.
don't know how you could. You're making fun of people for wearing blush when it's like you were in the DMs of people who had that exact thing on.
Yeah, I flirted
I
with
don't
a
know.
few trans 5 years ago, correct. Yes. I fucked
Yeah,
a
I'm
few
just
ugly
saying that-
bitches too. I fucked a few ugly fat bitches too, but I'm still going to call a fatty if I see one. Correct.
Dude.
Okay. That's not okay. That's not what I called and
Anyway,
talked about
listen,
there,
mate,
but
listen,
I don't know
listen,
how
that
you
was-
could make
listen,
Well,
fun
you
of
just
people.
went down that road. You just went down that road, Liam. You just went. Dude. It's fucked, man. It's fucked. It's just so lame. It's just so wet. You know, it's just like, don't you think that you used to flirt with trans people? Dude, if you're gonna do shit like that, you gotta stand on it. You gotta stand on it, deliver it. Be kind of self-assured. Know what you're saying. Feel it when you're saying it. You know. What is this just tepid, raped behavior? It's so fucking annoying, man. I feel like if Liam had confidence, he could dog walk on Chud projecting his new positions because of his old attractions. Yeah, there's plenty you could do here if, you know, he was delivering any of it with any confidence or backbone, you know? He has many options here, and none of them are working or being executed properly.
When you have that standard.
Sure, but I'm not interested in trans people anymore. I'm a reformed chaser. But anyway, we don't need to get into that, okay?
Anymore?
That was a bit of
How do you
showboating
not
for the
become
audience. Come
attracted
on.
to trans people anymore?
Well, I mean, I've just
Well, how are
realised
you
it's
not attracted to Lolly, Lerix?
gay, isn't it? Really?
Milo Yiannopoulos?
Yes, yes, exactly. Think of me like Milo Yiannopoulos. Great person. To
Okay, I'm not here
Anyway,
to
listen.
argue or fight with you. I'm trying to get you to understand and like clear up the miscommunication. Mainly was in the DMs. Like that's the thing. It's not. I'm not here to talk about.
See, like he had so much, dude. He had so much space to go there. Like he started on it. It's like really, you can just stop being attracted. What, you just stop being gay? Like, you know, I think that's kind of a simplification, but that's definitely a good way to start mocking Chud. It's definitely a good way to start mocking him and throw him off balance. But Chud, because Chud just rolls with it, it's a little bit more difficult. And Liam really does not have that. He's not being quick or confident enough to, you know, really land it. He is kind of trying to mock him because he goes, oh, you just stop being attracted to trans people? Like, as if that's like, you know, insane. The Chud's attraction may have changed, or he may not be attracted to him now. Which, I mean, you know, he probably would still, you know, help a trans person. Let's be serious. So that's a good route to take it. But he just has not landed it. He has not. It's just not, you know, taking it anywhere. It's just falling flat. He's letting it fall flat.
He's with trans people.
Sure, okay. And I was just trying to be funny with the makeup comment. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, look, dude. At the end of the day, like, I'm not trying to like. I genuinely, I know the fucking thumbnail and stuff, whatever. I'm not trying to fucking shit up. If you want to go and be woke to a new audience, I'm not like, it's whatever. It just feels like the way that you communicate sometimes, particularly with that Reddit post that referenced me, it just felt like you were painting a certain image and a certain impression and kind of treading on me to do that. And it's just annoying, bro. It's like you're misrepresenting the DMs. It's just frustrating. So that's why I felt the need to kind of leak it and put it out there. But, you know, you're trying to say that it's more genuine and you just don't want to present yourself like that anymore. I mean, it's not really up for me to decide that or determine that. It's up to the audience to see whether they think that's legitimate or genuine. You know?
Yeah. And yeah, with with the misrepresenting, it's like, as I was saying before, I wasn't trying, it wasn't the intent to like debate your allegations. It was me just trying to have like a normal conversation as opposed to just outright saying, hey, can you please change the title and thumbnail? Because I didn't think that you would want that, or like you would respond to that. I thought you were just immediately like hand wave it off like this is gay.
Sure.
But if you would have done it, then that's fine. That is my fault in communication for not just being clear on that. Because I didn't know you've done that for other people.
Okay, sure. Is there any other issues you've got that you want to talk about?
No, I just did want to call in for any like actual confusion or like.
See, that's good. Liam admitted Poor communicationless DMs. Accepted the poor communications DMs. See? We got somewhere. Got something out of this.
Like the confusion if you have on me on any like real things or concepts that I did want to talk about and just explain, I guess.
I mean,
So,
the
yeah.
difficulty we've got is that I'm often quite cynical in regards to these sorts of changes. I think it's happened over a short period of time and it exactly matches a financial benefit. So I find it difficult to accept what you're saying. So it's like a bit of an impasse, really. Like, you know, I don't know what to say, bro. It's like, yeah, it all sounds great from your perspective, but I just think that you have been massively influenced by this new audience to take these new views and positions.
But the difference is the audience didn't influence me. I myself, the way I'm presenting myself, was able to influence to get an audience in the first place. So the change happened first, and then people came based off of that because that's the way I wanted to present myself publicly. I mean, is it really that hard to believe? Like, if you one day like thought to yourself, I know you don't think this way, but is it that hard to believe that like you don't want to be the rape review guy anymore? Why the fuck would you want to be the rape review guy who like says a whole bunch of slurs online? Because that could be very antisocial and isolating for you. And overall, you just think like that is the way you want to live your life. Is that hard to believe?
No, I think at any point you could decide that you want to pull an iDubbbz, as they say, and sort of change direction with your content. I don't think it's unreasonable that you do that. But I think people can make judgments about the way that you do.
Here's the thing. I don't really think of it like this, you know? Being a YouTuber or a streamer or whatever is embarrassing enough on its own. But what type you are, I don't think really matters, you know? If you're willing to go, I don't see what... I mean, I assume Chud's the same way. This is, you know, I'm gonna project. This is how I am. Okay, I'm gonna talk about how I am. I'm gonna assume other people like this too. Being a YouTuber or a streamer or whatever is embarrassing enough. I make edgy jokes and have the opinions I have anyway, authentically, and I talk about them and say them not too different to how I say them on stream and always have. So the embarrassing part is the YouTubing / streaming. That is the embarrassing part, because the rest of it is just how I talk and how I act, you know? So anyone that's put off that I, in theory, would go and show, you know, oh, this is my YouTube channel. Anyone that's put off there is going to be put off within, like, 3 times of meeting me, maximum. You know? That they're going to be put off anyway. So I don't really see it as like, oh no, everyone's going to... If I tell people my YouTube channel, people might see that I go online and do black scent and say it's fine, and say I think it's okay if I say the N-word. You know, or people are going to see that I go online and make, you know, I don't even know what type of jokes. People are going to go online and see that I say that it's really cringe when people pretend they care about animal abuse but eat meat. People have got... I say that one in real life as well. It's like... People would go online and see that I make a bunch of retarded arguments about how YMS is... You know, people are giving YMS too much shit. I make those arguments in real life too. I mean, lolly shit does not come up. Lolly shit is not, you know... Anime, I don't bring up anime to people unless I already know they like anime. So that doesn't really come up. But, you know, meat eating and animal abuse and stuff like that does come up. So I have had the like, why are you pretending to care about animals argument several times. So yeah. There's not really that feeling for me. It is literally just like, I don't want to say to someone's like, oh, what do you do? I don't want to say, oh yeah, I'm a streamer. You know, I just don't want to say it. I don't want those words coming out of my mouth. I don't want to have to do the whole explanation thing of where it's like, no, look, trust, I'm not like totally broke. I make like, you know, a full-time income. you know, I don't have to do all this. It's just, that's the bad part. That's the bad part. It's not the edginess. And what do you say? I avoid answering any questions about it. Like crazy. I am like, you know, I'm like super avoidant on it. Like, I'll usually say something like, they'll be like, let's say I get asked what I do for work. I'm like, oh, you know, it's like online stuff. I like work from home, you know. That's actually what I'll say. I'll just bring like the most vague, dismissive, non-answer. Hope they don't ask another question. Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, oh yeah, but what do you do? I like video stuff, you know, like video stuff. They're like editing. You mean like editing? I'm like, yeah, like kinda. Yeah, kinda like that sort of thing. And then I just try to avoid it as much as possible, just like totally shutting it down. There's no way Dickers tells people, bro, what? If I get really pushed on it, I will say like I say anything but streamer, okay? Because the last thing I want, right? Literally the last possible way I ever want to come across when talking to someone is as though I think it's cool, right? This is how I don't want it. The absolute, I want to make sure that when I present this to someone, they feel like I am totally ashamed of it. Like, I know that I am just totally ashamed of it. That's what I want them to be thinking, that I think it is just the lamest fucking thing. So it's like, I will never say, if I really get pressed, I'm never like, oh yeah, I'm like a live streamer. It's like, oh yeah, I just like, you know, sit around online, arguing with people all day. That's like the sort of thing I'll say, the most off-putting. Like, I am a fucking loser. This isn't cool. You know, the most like, that's the tactic. That is the tactic every time. Yeah, and I'll describe it as being essentially like professionally unemployed and stuff like that. Like, I'm basically unemployed, you know, stuff like that. Just every time, just as, you know, off-putting as possible. Never want the perception that I am bragging or presenting it as a cool thing. So yeah. Yeah, I don't give a channel name. I don't do that shit. I would yeah, fuck that. You heard of a guy called Hassan? Yeah, I'm kind of like that guy. Yeah, I'm kind of like, you ever heard of Hassan? I'm kind of like him. I'm kind of like Hassan. In fact, I'm friends with him. In fact, we're very close. We're actually very close. We actually text very frequently. As a matter of fact. Yep, I know. That's what I do.
Do it, and I think if I did that, and it just so happened to coincide with me becoming a Hassan orbiter, I think people would probably question my motives and why I'm doing that and whether it's genuine, because it aligns so perfectly with a new beneficial angle that I'm taking in my content or my direction I'm taking with my channel. So it could be genuine.
I guess I don't know how to reason around this. If it's just my channel, it has done like successful with a different type of people, like alternative music crowd. If there's, I don't know if there's a way to, I guess, get you to understand or explain it.
Well, no, I do understand what you're saying. I just don't believe you.
And what specific, I guess, part? I guess this is the impasse, but like the specific part that you don't believe is that like you think I'm purposely like faking, like I'm acting all the same, like I'm acting like myself 2 years ago, like in private, but publicly I'm like having like two-faced basically. Is that what you think?
I mean, two-faced, I don't know if it's two-faced necessarily. It just seems to me like you are presenting a certain image to an audience. And I guess the challenge is like, who is, it sounds really gay, but who is the real Liam? Is it this new guy? Is it the old guy that we used to hang out and get on calls and talk about rape? It's difficult to understand who the real Liam is. Maybe you're still finding that out with some recent activity. I don't know.
It's really as simple as changing my perspective from a year's time. And like even from like the times when I'm like 17 doing commentary to the time where I'm like 20 or 21 when I was doing commentary, like my perspectives even there changed a lot. And I didn't engage in the same way.
Your presentation has changed. not your
Sorry,
perspective.
say that again?
Your presentation has changed, not your perspective, because you still think rape jokes are funny. You're just not going to do rape jokes publicly.
Oh, the other thing, this is like you know, I avoid talking about streaming, obviously, but one thing I do and have started doing more recently is deliberately just forcing conversations with people that I haven't known for very long into being about politics, or trying to get it there. Because I realized that I literally, if someone can't actually somewhat, you know, engage in, like, if I want to talk about something that's happening in the news, I can't be friends, I can't, you know, entertain dating or anything like that, someone who cannot remotely engage. And I realized this, well, I don't know when it would have been. Maybe even like a year ago, when this fucking woman asked me to basically explain Israel-Palestine to her, and I was like, I'm gonna kill myself. Because it's like, it's actually the mix of like the absolute worst possible things, where one, they don't have a fucking clue what's going on. So like, you're literally starting from square one, and I'm not sure that she actually cares. And I hate that more than anything else, being asked to like explain or talk about something and you don't think the other person actually cares, but they're asking you, they're like trying to get you. It's like they want to just talk to you, but they clearly don't care about our topic. And I was like, dude, I don't want to fucking do this. I feel so fucking stupid having to try and give the TLDR Israel-Palestine explainer when I don't even understand it that well to some fucking woman who has no fucking idea what's going on. You know, I was like, kill me. Yeah, so never again. Never again, man.
No, okay, you're misconstruing what I'm saying there. I'm trying to say to you that it's not that I ever could find it funny again, because that would be actually disingenuous to say like, oh, suddenly this is all completely not funny. So I'm trying to explain to you that, because if I said that, that would not be true. But
it feels like you
I don't want
do
to
have two
publicly
masks.
present myself to be a guy who makes a bunch of rape jokes. But I also, it's not like that's like what I mainly do even in private either. Does that make sense to you?
Well, it sounds like you've got two masks and you've got your feet in two different areas, right? You've got, well, guys, I think rape jokes are still funny. That's for the commentary people that are still knocking about. But it's like, I'm not going to make public jokes about it. And that's almost like for the new audience that you've got. That's just what it comes across like to me.
No, it's what it means too. It's the same reason why I don't want to like cover allegations or whatever, and like be the guy who's like dissecting allegations, because it's also a side of like what I want to do.
I said when you did this, I never said you must cover rape. I always thought, well, he's found newfound success in music, good for him. It's about the total shift in seemingly who you are as a person, from covering rape to covering music. It's come alongside a big shift in how you behave, which you say is you presenting yourself in a different way. I guess that's what feels dishonest.
Is there any other like behavior change that you're referring to, aside from not publicly saying edgy like jokes or rape jokes?
I mean, you going over your Reddit and a bunch of weird teenagers have drawn you as a wolf and you saying it's good. Yes, you used to mock that shit.
Are you joking? Everybody, when I was in commentary, surely you remember, everyone was drawing me as a femboy in commentary. Do you not remember that? That was always a thing.
I do remember that, and God, how wrong they were. God, what a terrible thing to have done, eh? Jesus.
Well, no, it's directly to go against your point if you're saying this is a new thing. So I don't know why you brought that up.
But
because that's been a thing for the longest
before you were
time.
like, oh, don't draw me as Larissa. I don't like it. And now you're seemingly accepting of all these weird freaks drawing deranged fucking art about you.
He loves it.
Seemingly accepting? Like, I guess, what is this the change? A huge change in my behavior?
Well, before, it feels like you would have made fun of that shit, and now you're like, oh, cool art. Yeah, you've drawn me as a wolf femboy. That's really cool. Thanks for that. Or you're at least not mocking it or condemning it or saying this is weird gay shit, like presumably you would have done with the Larissa shit back in the day.
Yeah, because I changed my perspective. Is that not?
Oh,
I don't
so
know how to explain it.
Now you think weird queers drawing art of you is cool. Oh, I got it. Right, okay.
Is that? I mean, yeah. For lack of a, I mean, to be blunt, yes, I think the fan art is fine. Is that? I changed
Let's
my
go.
perspective on that. Just how you
So
changed your
in less
perspective
than a
for
year,
On trans
finding
people,
these quote
right,
unquote
Chud?
weird
On trans
queers
people,
attractive to now apparently not
right,
being
Chud?
attracted to
Chud, how
them.
you used to want to fuck
Like, is
trans
that
people,
hard to
Chud?
believe?
I used to
okay,
want to
bro,
fuck
that was
trans
5
people,
years
Chud.
ago. Okay, 5 years ago, nearly 6
You
years
were
ago.
like
by the way.
34.
What has age got to do with it? It's about the timeline. And also, you have
Well, your
got-
sexuality is quite
You're
set by
you're
34 for
already
most
like
people,
very
Chud.
like developed. That's the point. But I'm not trying to get into like a big argument with that. I'm
Yeah,
just
bro,
trying to use it
sometimes
to
you
relate.
might fancy a black. You might think, I'm going to go after a black for a bit and see what that's like. And then you're like, I'm not really into that. And then you move on from
Sorry,
it.
say that again.
Preferences change.
Oh my
Preferences
god.
change over time. Right?
I
You
know
never
that's the
fancied a
point. I know
fatty?
that's
Never fancied
no,
banging a
that's
fatty,
the
no?
point.
Maybe too young
You,
for
you
that.
never you never saw that. Surely, Loam, come on, Loam. You've seen the Wojak image. You've seen the Wojak image and thought, you know, maybe that could be me. That could be me in that Wojak image.
Listen, that's the point that I'm trying to make, is that it changes over time, but you are giving yourself that shared ability, but you're not going to give that to me because you're saying that it was over a longer period of time, when I guess it's not that you can't understand that changing for me between 20 to 21 or 21 to 22 when you were 34 to how old you are now, 39.
Sure, it's a very short, rapid shift from thinking queers drawing you art is weird and you should laugh at it to, yeah, guys, send them in, fill up the subreddit with pictures of me as a femboy.
Chud is a sicko degenerate.
I don't-
Holy
that's a
jeez.
vapid way to explain it. I'm just accepting of it.
I think you know, I'm not saying that no one can change. I'm not saying people don't change and the perspectives don't change. It's about the rapidness and the fact that it aligns with this new audience that's beneficial to you. That's the point.
Yes, I don't know how else. I guess this is the impasse, is that it aligns with me getting success and money. So there's not going to be any scenario where you believe, as long as I'm getting success and money while simultaneously changing my views as a person to be more progressive.
I think that
Like,
it's, well, I mean, I guess the thing is it's difficult for me.
Like, if I
can't
wasn't
see inside
successful,
your
like,
head.
let me ask you this question: if I wasn't successful, would you still believe this, or would you not?
If you were like streaming to 20 people,
Yeah.
in makeup with all this weird fan art of you, I would probably have the same perspective that your audience has influenced you in that direction. Yes, even if you weren't successful.
Wait. Okay, but also, okay, I gotta ask you a question too, because you act like this, like these progressive beliefs in the first place are even like involved in my content. Like, all my successful content has nothing to do with my progressive beliefs. It's only for like the 200 to 300 to 400 live viewers that I get is when that even comes out. But
That's kind of true. Most of Liam's videos don't have anything to do with the politics. That's kind of true. You know, successful videos don't have anything to do with it. It's just like, he has like one video about Taylor Swift.
all my like videos that have, you know, the most amount of
That's
views
very-
that
that's
get
a-
my
that's the
channel
newest one.
success, that has nothing to do with like any change.
Well,
And it would be
to be fair,
indecipherable from the way that I talk and the
I've-
things that I say on the Lerix channel.
I've not watched all of your content, but do you think if you were an outward conservative, your audience would be as accepting of you as it stands?
Well,
No.
if I was an
Just say
outward
no. Just say no.
conservative, that would also mean that it would be very ingrained into my videos. Is that what you're saying? Because
Well, no,
right
I'm
now,
saying
like, my
if
politics
people
are
knew,
not
if
that
people,
ingrained into my videos.
if people knew you were conservative, would they be comfortable watching your content knowing that you're a conservative if they're more progressive?
Well, okay. First of all, I guess I've never been a conservative. Just FYI, I don't know if you've ever thought that about me, but that's
No, I'm not
obviously
saying
never
that
been
you're.
the case.
No. I'm not saying you're conservative.
Yeah.
I'm saying that if
Okay.
you're woke
This Alex Gagway tweet. How is it possible that the gay version of Lerix is still more tolerable than Aiden?
audience understood and knew that you held conservative views, they would be less likely to be comfortable watching you because in the back of their mind, even if you just had a unbiased take on something, they'd be bothered by the fact that you're a conservative.
I think, if anything, that would show the most of my live stream viewers because that's a more intimate crowd. But my videos, I don't think that would impact mainly things because there's a huge divide between like my very I guess, loyal followers who watch my streams versus my videos, which is a much more broader, like, algorithm kind of like audience. So I think that would affect, to give you an honest answer, my live viewership as much to have like core fans, but not the other followers. But also, you underestimate like music audiences in the first place. If I was conservative and outwardly conservative, I would find other people who are in alternative spaces who are conservative as well who watch and just would replace the woke people in my audience in the first place. So it would still get me success. It's not like this is a, you know, strictly like woke channel. If you see the videos that I do, it would just replace those people with other conservative music listeners.
I just find it hard to believe that if you weren't outwardly conservative, if you were outwardly conservative and you, for example, had stated at some point that you voted Trump, I just find it hard to believe that the progressive audience that you have would feel comfortable watching you. I just feel like they'd be gone.
Well, you're thinking, if I made videos that were like Ethan is online or Eden is online now, which is, or like Nick is not green, that are like very like progressive politics, then that would make sense. But I don't do that. So you're saying it like my success is determined based off of a woke audience, but that's not even true. It would just, like, already people would not even notice in my normal videos, and even if they did notice, that would just get replaced with other conservative viewers.
Wait, I didn't see this.
Already...
Wait, Styx got arrested? Bro, what?
I just had a case dismissed for violation of rules. And who did I assault? I'm sorry?
They just dismissed his case yesterday.
They just dismissed my case.
That doesn't make any
I was
sense.
in court yesterday. They dismissed my case.
Oh, right now
I
you're
am not. Okay.
And Samantha Keister is the complainant?
no fucking sense.
I don't think that there is. Yes, please do record this.
Hey, sir. Do you have
Yes,
any
sir.
weapons on you personally? Anything?
No.
Okay, stop anything sharp. All right.
No, I do have a lighter in my pocket. That's about all.
So,
Please call Legal Burl Isles.
Dude.
I was just filming, sir. Thank you.
The Hody reply as well, man. Take off these manacles and say it again. Oh my god. Hey man, and they are pigs.
Be off-put by my content when I cover people like I've made a video about MAGA rappers or Tom McDonald.
Gajoma.
Those conservative viewers who get turned off from those videos would instead just become fans. And then the woke viewers who are now fans will get turned off from those videos.
And they'd watch your video
So
saying that Taylor Swift is bad for not coming out against Trump. I mean,
that might seem like a good point on the surface, but you're not familiar enough with my content to know of what my videos look like. That's a very recent political video, which is the most political video that I've done.
There's loads of apolitical content I need to dig up. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, you're saying that's snarky, but you actually don't know. And
Snarky?
You're wrong on this fact if you look at my channel. Like, this is just completely wrong. I've only made this slight, like, swift switch to more, like, music commentary as well, which would involve more showing to my progressive politics. But even if I made music commentary content, which was more conservative based, again, it would still get success. It would just get a different audience of music enjoyers.
How many hours of your content do you need to
reasonable?
watch to understand your true kind of views on this, do you think?
Wait, can you respond to what I said? Do you not see how that makes sense?
No, because I think that the audience that you seemingly are putting content into primarily, I don't believe that they would just be comfortable to watch a Trump voter, even when they were talking about other topics.
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. There's just as many conservative music listeners as there is woke music listeners. So I'm saying because I get a ton of comments already about my videos of conservative people who don't watch my content. So instead of them not enjoying...
Dude, Lerix fucking strapped into the machine, making coke the old-fashioned way. We're kidnapping Lerix and putting him into the fucking machine in the warehouse that makes coke the old-fashioned way. This 50s diner still makes coke the old-fashioned way.
...the video, they would then become fans, and the woke people who are now my fans would not become anymore. Do you not see that?
Well, I see that, but I think that from my perspective, conservative viewers, I would have thought would be less interested in music commentary and they just be listening to some fucking country music or some
I'm
shit.
gonna watch
I mean,
Game
I
Awards.
don't think that they're particularly interested in the alt music scene. Or
No,
they're
that's a
interested
very
in
that's a very
pro-Nazi
limit.
alt music rather than, you know, like what
I know
you're
that that's a very
It's impossible to find that post now.
limited perspective on music. It's not just country. Like, oh, only conservatives don't watch music-based content. There's a bunch of conservative
I was trying to
metal.
put up a party a few weeks ago. You can still find it. You can find the video because it's famous because Jordan Peterson retweeted it, right? Jordan Peterson retweeted the milking machine video. So you can very easily find the milking machine video and explain it. But yeah.
Has alternative people, even, which is ironic. But that's just a limited perspective to think that it's only country people who are conservative and those are the main viewers of
No,
that
sure.
content.
I mean, you know, I'm being a bit facetious. I will agree. I'm not saying that conservatives only listen to country music. I'm just saying I struggle to believe that there's a significant enough portion of conservatives that align with the kind of content that you would talk about or commentate on that it would replace this woke audience that
Turn
you've got
off
if
this
you were a
milking
Trump
machine.
You don't even
Say
know,
that again.
I'm willing to hear you out, but you don't even know my content. Like, you're referencing my most latest video, which is the most progressive video that I've made. But my other videos are going over video prompts of like talking about, you know, songs that aged poorly or, you know, like songs under the, you know, 2016 emo rap scene or whatever. And that's just talking about the content of those songs. Those have nothing to do with politics. And that would be for any side of the political spectrum, or like stomp, clap, hey era music, or like 2010s recession pop.
Yeah. Well, it's true. I will agree. I don't know the ins and outs of all of your content, but I do know about people like Anthony Fantano, and I would say someone like Brad Taste in Music, who obviously I think you more or less replaced in some fashion. But it just feels like that area of music, it is a kind of progressive space, and there's an expectation that you're progressive. And I would, you know, I mean, again, I don't know all of your content, but I presume if you had some sort of right-wing or conservative take about something, that would likely instigate some drama, or there'd be some conversation about it amongst your community.
Wait, sorry, say that last part again.
If you were to have a conservative take or perspective on a topic, I would presume that would cause some sort of drama or upset or discontent within your community.
Well, yeah, now I would, because I've already built like a audience that is like especially live viewer audience that would expect that. But I'm saying if I would have built, you asked me the hypothetical, if I would have built it based on the concept of me being a conservative, and I'm saying I would have just gotten that much more success. But I really don't think that's a hard thing to believe. It's like the content of my videos are talking, like, broadly speaking, 95% is just songs under a general topic that have nothing to do with politics.
Who are these big conservative music reviewers or commentators, I should say?
There aren't people I'm aware of because I don't want.
Deep, Quella has linked the post in the farm. It is there. Wait, Quella, don't delete the Quella. DM that to me or something. I need to retweet that. I'm retweeting it.
Watch them, but someone like Rick Beato, who makes a lot of music commentary as well. Do you know who that is?
Not familiar with them, no.
He's like 5 million subscribers. He does a lot of music commentary. He's completely apolitical. I wouldn't know.
In fact, we're bookmarking that just so we can always pull that
it's
up.
because they just never come up in his videos. He goes over top 10.
That's not an outright conservative.
I haven't need to
I'm talking
explain
about
this
someone
to
who is a
someone.
loud and proud, Trump voting, outright conservative. Not someone that's apolitical or obfuscates their beliefs.
I don't know. I wouldn't watch them or be aware of them.
Okay.
But also, what was the point of this hypothetical in the first place? Because I was never a conservative or held like conservative beliefs. I don't want there to be this misconception on like.
Yeah, I haven't seen. Yeah, so the idea of being a conservative, like, yeah, that would have been more difficult. But Liam was never a conservative, right? As far as I'm aware. Had more kind of like the edgy internet anti-SJW commentary type takes about a few things here and there, but was never a conservative broadly. Was always like you know, just a kind of apolitical moderate centrist type. I feel like, right? He's just slightly more progressive now.
even who I was in lyrics. Like what I always like even said, you can go back to see it, is that I like edgy. I'm a liberal, but I like edgy jokes and edgy humor. That's something I've always said.
The basic point is that having progressive views or presenting yourself as a progressive gives you a...
Yeah, I just don't know. When Liam says I'm a liberal, I just don't know how seriously I take that, because I don't know. I don't know what that means to Liam. You know, what does he know about politics and what liberalism actually means? Does he just think, like, he just sees liberal as broadly like, oh, Democrats? Or, like, what's he really saying there? I just, after the Palestine flag incident and all that stuff, you know, I don't take anything I'm not taking anything for granted.
Tremendous leg up and benefit in the music commentary space in a way that wouldn't be the case if you're a conservative outwardly. That was the point.
No, but what you're not understanding is that that's not the basis of my content, is what I'm saying. Like, do you want to like take a look at my videos?
I understand
and
it's not the
see
basis
which
of your
ones are
content,
progressive or not.
but you're going to be more accepted and less likely to be rejected from that scene as someone that has got more progressive views rather than conservative views.
I know what you're saying, but it's not a significant number enough. Like, if you go down my most popular videos of like coworker music or whatever, like that has nothing to do with politics at all. So it's not a significant enough.
Of course, you're going to have videos to get into the algorithm,
relevant.
and there could be people that are apolitical that are watching.
No, it's
But
vast majority. It's not the exception, is the point I'm making.
But it's built on the foundation of this progressive audience that, you know, get your channel started.
I know. I know you're saying that, but you are just wrong about that. Like, if you want to say that about my live viewer count, because that's more personal and who I am as a person, then I would agree with you. But my overall like videos, that is just not true. But it seems like we're not gonna see eye to eye on this. So
I mean, I can take a look at your channel and see. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, you can take a look at just scroll through any of my videos, or like go down most popular or whatever.
Okay. Sure. I mean, it's difficult because obviously I don't know what you say in all these videos, but I'll have to take your word for it that you're not.
I'm not. You don't have to do this right now. I'm not the one putting you on spot. If you want to, you can. But I'm just telling you. But you don't have to do this right now.
Okay. I mean, I don't even know who this somber fella is. The cringiest cancel culture songs. You got like Tom McDonald, but then I guess you've got Colin Ballinger. Okay, well, I'll take a look.
So he is doing a few Tom McDonald videos here, man. He has been doing like anti right wing stuff for a while.
I'm not the one putting you on spot right now. I'm just.
And then the Taylor Swift hate at the moment kind of does work you into a certain corner. I can kind of see that, you know, this does kind of require you to be a little bit progressive, I think, to have a channel like this. This is built on a progressive foundation. There is some truth to that. I don't think Liam's been entirely honest if he's saying this is like, oh, it's broadly apolitical. Like, yeah. It's not like explicitly political all the time, but you cannot be the anti-Tom McDonald, anti-Taylor Swift, anti-DaBaby guy and be conservative. No, that audience is progressives.
Telling you, but you don't have to do this right now.
Sure.
And if you have further like questions, you want to DM me, like you could do that, but I don't think you care that much.
You have to be progressive to recognize any sort of art or practice critical thinking. Okay, well, fortunately, Liam is both progressive and incapable of recognizing art or practicing critical thinking. So worst of both worlds there, really.
Anyway, I think that's it then.
I love Liam. I love Liam. I love Liam. We love Liam.
Any other confusion? Yeah, the main thing was that DM thing. And if you would have changed it, I actually would appreciate that. And I didn't expect that out of you, especially given your coverage. But if you would have done that, I do respect that.
What would you prefer?
With what? What do you mean?
Well, pedophilic pass is too much. What do you think is more fair?
Are you asking me right now? What I?
Yeah, come on, come up with a title on the spot, Lerix.
To still keep it like a criticism, but not just a lie.
Sure, and I'll think about it.
Well, you're covering the Rose Malay video. Do you want are you asking just like the rough concept, like Liam?
Sure.
Come on, just say something, Liam. Just say something.
Like you could do even Liam's hiding from it. Liam Donovan is hiding his past. Like that's fine if you want to say. It's just I know you don't believe in
It's
like
getting called a
the lie
pedophile,
title.
pedophilic. That's the issue. Am I understanding this correctly?
Yeah, because I know you don't believe in that. That's the issue.
Do you
I
think
took, basically.
maybe?
That's
Do you think
all.
maybe that's the issue? You think maybe that might be the
Thanks for coming on. I do
problem?
appreciate it.
No problem. All right. Yeah. If any other like further questions, I think it's probably better to do it in a more real fashion than this because yeah, it's just more, I guess, genuine or honest. But all right.
Okay. All the
That's
best,
all.
mate. Bye. Oh, bro, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Wow. What a great little finale to the Liam vs Chud drama. Crazy we got a call in. Shocking, honestly. I'm surprised Liam did that. But W Loam for calling in. W Loam for giving us the conversation. And as much as, you know, it was pretty shameful and unassertive and unconfident in many places, I don't think he did that badly. I think I see where he's coming from most of it. So yeah, W, anyone who calls in, as always, calling in is freaking epic. We love caller-ins. We hate runners. We love caller-ins, okay?